The story of Ruth. Once upon a time, there lived a man named Elimelech, who had a wife named Naomi and two sons called Mahlon and Chilion. They lived in a town called Bethlehem in the land of Judah. Unfortunately, there was a famine in Bethlehem, and so the family moved to Moab to look for food. One day, Elimelech died, leaving Naomi and their two sons behind. The sons Mahlon and Chilion eventually got married to two women from Moab. One woman was called Ruth, and the other was named Orpha. Ruth was married to Mahlon, and Orpha was married to Chilion. When both Mahlon and Chilion died, they left their mother Naomi and their widows Ruth and Orpha. When that happened, Naomi decided to go back to Bethlehem since she heard that the famine was over and since she still had family living there. She and her daughters-in-law, Orpha and Ruth, started to go back to Bethlehem. But then Naomi told her daughters-in-law that they should go back to their mothers' homes. She kissed each of them and prayed that the Lord would show them the same kindness that they had shown her family, and that he would find other husbands for them. But Orpha and Ruth were very unhappy. They cried, and they refused to leave Naomi. She told them that they would do better to leave her because she had no other sons they could marry. Even though she was still crying, Orpha decided to leave. But Ruth still refused. She promised to stay with Naomi, and she gave one of the most famous speeches in the Bible. She said, "Do not press me to go back and abandon you. Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Wherever you die, I will die, and there be buried. May the Lord do thus to me and more, if even death separates me from you." When they got to Bethlehem, everyone was happy to see Naomi. Naomi was still sad, and she told everyone what had happened to her. She told them to call her Mara, a name which means bitter, instead of Naomi, a name which means sweet, because she felt bitter about what had happened to her husband and sons. Naomi and Ruth were poor. So Ruth offered to go to the barley fields to get them something to eat. She told her mother-in-law that she would go to any field that would allow her to collect the grain that fell when the harvesters walked away. Naomi agreed, and so Ruth ended up collecting grain in the field owned by a man named Boaz. Boaz was related to Naomi's husband Elimelech, but Ruth did not know this. Boaz noticed Ruth gathering the grain that fell in his field and asked who she was. His workers told him that Ruth was Naomi's daughter-in-law. And since Boaz had heard how well Ruth had treated Naomi, he invited her to reap in his fields for as long as she wanted. Boaz ordered his men not to harm or insult Ruth and told her that when she was thirsty, she should feel free to drink water from the vessels that the servants used. Ruth was shocked. She wanted to know why Boaz was being so kind to her. Boaz explained that he had heard about her kindness to Naomi, and he hoped that the Lord would bless her richly as a reward. Boaz gave Ruth so much food that she couldn't eat all of it, and she had some left over. He ordered his servants to allow her to collect from the rows of barley, and he told them that they should even purposely throw some down for her to pick up. At the end of the day, she collected enough barley to take home to Naomi, and she gave her the leftover food that she had got from Boaz. Naomi blessed Boaz when she heard how kind he had been to Ruth. She told Ruth that Boaz was really a close relative of theirs. Naomi approved of Ruth going to Boaz's field to collect barley and wheat for the rest of the harvest season. After the harvest, Naomi decided that it was time to look for another home for Ruth. She wanted her to marry Boaz, so she told Ruth to fix up herself and watch where he went to sleep. She was to lie at his feet and then do whatever he told her to do when he woke up. Ruth obeyed Naomi, and when Boaz woke up and found Ruth at his feet, he was pleased that she had come to him rather than going after a younger man. In those days, when a woman went to sleep at a man's feet, she was really telling him that she wanted to marry him. Boaz was very happy, and he promised to marry Ruth if an even closer relative who had a bigger claim to her family's land did not wish to marry her. Then he gave her barley to take to Naomi, and she returned home. At home, Naomi told Ruth to wait until she learned what Boaz would do for them. Meanwhile, Boaz went to the town's gate, which was a place where legal matters were settled publicly. He told their other relative that Naomi had offered to sell the piece of land that her husband owned in the town. Boaz said that if this man bought the land, he would also be responsible for Ruth. The other relative said that he could not do this. And he told Boaz to buy the land from Naomi and marry Ruth if he wanted to. The elder who Boaz invited to witness the transaction saw that Boaz took off his sandal as a sign that he had now bought all the land that Elimelech, Mahlon and Chilion, Naomi's husband and sons, owned, and that he would now marry Ruth and have a family with her. Eventually, Boaz and Ruth had a son whom they called Obed. Everyone was very happy when Obed was born. Years later, when Obed grew up, he also got married and had a son who he and his wife called Jesse. When Jesse grew up, he and his wife had several sons. Jesse's youngest son was called David. David grew up to slay the giant Goliath, and eventually he became the king of Israel and Judah. David also wrote most of the Psalms in the Bible. After hundreds of years and several generations, Ruth and Boaz had a descendant who was Jesus Christ, the Messiah. So, you see that God greatly rewarded Ruth for her kindness to Naomi and for her good behavior. God rewarded her by giving her a happy marriage to Boaz and very famous descendants. Just as he did for Ruth, God will reward everyone who loves him and who is kind, who behaves well, and who treats others well. It may not happen tomorrow, but believe me, God sees and knows what you are doing and thinking. And if you do the right thing from a clean heart, God will reward you. If you want to read about Ruth and Boaz for yourself, you can find it in your Bible at the book of Ruth.